Hello, welcome to this little masterclass, mini masterclass on singing Never Enough using dynamics. Now, we want to just go to the first part of this song. I'm not going to go into the bit where it goes very, very high because then it becomes a challenge technically, because this is a song that really needs to be worked on and it's not easy. Even through the chorus, you might find it's really hard. So you might need to work on it a little bit, or you can always sing it down the octave. For other people, it might be in a different key for you, so it might not be as high. But for certain voices, it's going to feel we're going right through our bridge. So it is already tricky, but we want to approach this from the point of view of dynamics. So if you haven't already, watched my presentation on dynamics, because that will give you so many more ideas about what that is. Typically, dynamics in music is the playing around with going from soft to loud. And in our voice and singing, it's just so much more than that. We have many, many other things that we can play around with, such as how we come onto the note, the onset, how we come off of the note, that's called an offset, how we play around with our lyrics, the phrasing, how we use our tone of voice, which words do we want to highlight, so many things. If we want to add breathiness, or if we want to really get into like an edgy voice production, there's a lot to it. And we can look at it mechanically, going, I'm going to turn up the edge on this, or I'm going to add some breathiness. Or we can look at it from the point of view of stylistically and emotionally. Like, I want to express sadness in this line, so I'm not going to sing out. I'm going to be a little bit more internally focused. It's really good to try the different angles and see which works for you. So let's just go through the song. Now, I'm assuming that you have heard the song, or that you already know it. And I don't like to play the original. I am someone who tends to have a habit of copying, and I work really hard not to do it. And I love this song so much that as soon as I hear it, I pick up on what she's doing. So if you don't know the song, if you haven't seen the movie, I really recommend it. And this is a wonderful scene. So go ahead and maybe learn it, listen in your own time, and so that you know the melody. And if not, if you do know it, then just come along with me now and we'll work through it together. I'll sing a little bit and then I'll leave some space for you to sing as well. So let me share my screen. I've got a backing track version. Let's see here. It's this one. Okay, so I'll go through first and just sing a little bit of it. And you come along right with me. I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Now I'm going to go to that point there. So it's 134, and you can find the backing track online too. I typed in piano accompaniment. So it's really beautiful. It's got so much room, it builds really quickly. And what I want to do for the sake of this is go through, and the first time we're just sort of learning it, and you might have had a go already at using some dynamics, trying pulling back, sweeping, adding more intensity, whatever you feel like. So this time, let's try it a couple of different ways. Let's really try, and I want you to try this sort of dynamics where we pull right back. So really, really quiet. In my last presentation, like the Billie Eilish song, let's go very, very gentle on this first part. Let's try it. I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Good. So generally I find that once you have your voice pretty established and you feel like, okay, I can sing, I'm a pretty competent singer. Don't have to be amazing or anything. Once you get those basic learning how to sing aspects out of the way, then I find that, of course, you want to sing right out. You want to sing everything out. And what's really nice to do is really pull back. And so that's why that Billie Eilish material was really interesting to and fun to have a go at, just how much she actually pulls back when she sings. And it really creates a finesse, doesn't it? Now, we might want to add a little bit more. I find that you want to change up your dynamics, even within each line, even within each phrase. So let's take that now, what we've just done. I found that it was lovely, it was quiet, and it fits. However, it maybe needed something else, didn't it? That's what I found about that. Let's add a little bit more. Let's turn up the dial on the actual lyrics. So look at the lyrics, see where you can find the prose. Generally move your mouth more. Now the brain wants to confuse moving our mouth and putting more into it that way with pushing. So it's a good activity. Go, no, I'm pulling back, but yet I'm still moving my mouth. This is called a stage whisper. It'd be like if you're an actor on a stage, you had to whisper your lines so that everyone can hear you. You'd have to really exaggerate your mouth movement. So let's try that now. Really look at it from a lyric point of view. So let me go from the beginning. I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you. Okay, wow, okay, let's stop there again. Amazing. I felt that was what it needed to sort of come out, And obviously we're following the music too. So you listen out for the music always. We want to be connected with the music, not just thinking about our melody line. Listen to what the music is doing, because that will give you a clue as to when to crescendo. So of course you can feel it building now. So let's build our voice with that too. Okay, let's try. Let's go into this part. All All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Okay, right. So you may, like me, what I was feeling there was, oh, okay, I'm feeling technically that I need to do a little bit of work on it. It was feeling just not quite in the right spot. And this is what happens, you know, we look at it dynamically and artistically, we look at it technically, we isolate these ways, and then we know the song back and forward. So as it gets harder, of course, maybe the technique comes in. So I'll give you a little trick now, even though this is a dynamic class. But if you're feeling the same way as me, you might want to put your hands around your mouth. So we're just going to support the singing and shape the vowels more into this kind of area, because I could feel myself pinching just a little bit. So I'm going to just refocus my vowels, and let's look at those. I'm going to move this out of the way. Look at those vowels specifically. So when you say, these hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. So never be enough. So that feels so much better. It feels supported because, and I'll tell you why, I'm directing my vowels in, okay? So if you want to look at that, it would be never be enough. It's almost like a New Zealand accent, never be enough. Never be enough. Yes, and that's it. That feels so much better. And just shading it, you know, your audience won't even hear that you're doing it. Okay, and then never be enough. Make some vertical space. And so go for that. Okay, so a few little technical details out of the way. Now, when we're pressing in, so again, it's not just volume. Let's look at maybe the finesse of it. Always using the lyrics, placing a resonance on it. So when something goes a little bit higher, we tend to squeeze. Again, this is a little bit of a technique thing, but let's bring a deeper resonance. It's like we're going to be on top of the sound. So plus with the vowels, let's see what that does to our resonance. So let's go back from where this big bit starts. Here we go. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough. Okay, let's look at that bit right there. Good. Okay, I hope that's feeling better for you. Those little tricks of being right on top of it. And I felt I was using my lower register more, the upper part of my lower register. This is the place where we tend to start pinching. I was going, no, I'm on top of this. I'm connected. I'm down. Okay, and I'm using my vowels, round, open, and down. And so the finesse with the lyrics, you know, and just that sort of driving sound, that's a dynamic too, that edgy driving sound. So you might express that bit differently. You might want to add some breathiness or some softness to that bit. So I urge you to try it yourself, okay? And don't necessarily follow exactly what I'm doing. So this last little part here, I want you to never be enough. And then later on in the song, enough, it goes even higher. So, but this one, enough for me. So it's like, I want you to think of it just that straight line, steady with your vowel shape. It's like this is your dancer's pose at the end. You're holding that steadily and surely. This is your vowel. Okay, so let's give that a little bit a go. Never be enough, never be. Oh, sorry. Let's go back. Never be enough for me. And then this is the release of music, isn't it? It's sort of building a lot of tension and then it releases. You can feel that. Enough. She really holds that. And here's a really great way of building tension on a held note. Make it very straight and then add your vibrato at the very end. Enough for me. Isn't that nice? Another a great place that this is used is Whitney Houston. And it's like you hold that vowel straight, and then you add the vibrato, and that's what it's meant to do, is build that tension. That's a lovely way of, that's a dynamic change. Okay, so now what if you are the type of person who wants to sing this in a softer way? You might not feel this chorus is necessarily big the way that I'm singing. So let's back up a little bit. I think it's actually harder to sing in a breathy way than because your voice isn't necessarily supported, especially through these tricky areas. But look, you are in the driver's seat. You are the artist. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to play this so that you can have a go your own. Okay, so that you're not necessarily following me. Where we got to. And yeah, I would love to work with you on that next part. It's just a whole other kettle of fish where it goes higher and higher and higher. Now, let me just check the time here. Okay. Let's do that one more time because I want to approach it from a different way. Okay, so I want to look at how we can look look at not so mechanically, like I'm going to push here, I'm going to pull back here. I want you to approach it from the lyrical point of view. So we're going to sort of look at the lyrics, what they might mean, and you can even paraphrase them a little bit to you. So let's go back there. Okay. So where am I? There we go. Okay. Let's look at this first bit. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. Okay, so what is she saying there? So I feel like she's talking about a moment that it's like it seems too good to be true. And if you know the film, then you kind of know it. She's sort of like, this is her moment where she's singing this song with the circus, and it's like she's becoming a big star and everybody's talking about it. So this is like, is this actually happening to me? I'm holding my breath. I can't believe this. Is this real? You know, I feel like that's what she's saying in that next time. Okay. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? So she's talking about this coming true. This is like her every last dream, and she wants it so bad. It's like she's on the cusp of this happening, and so it's like getting louder. It's here. So let's with that in mind, sing this part. You set off a dream. Feel that. Okay, and you can hear the music there. Do, do, do. It changes chords. Okay, so you know then that you're going to change your approach and the feel because of what the music is doing. Take my hand. Will you share this with me? Because darling, without you. So it's like she wants to bring this person with her. I mean, could there be a little bit of anticipation and nervousness there? Like, I'm not sure if I can do that by myself. You know, that if you read underneath it, it could be that, or it could be like, I want to share this with you, my love. Okay, let's sing this part. My hand. Hold on, I'm gonna back up so you can get that part. Echoing. This is the big part of the song coming. Okay, so all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. So it's sort of like this is that sort of that building, and then it's sort of like a releasing into this now. It's just like she's just talking about how big it is, you know, how it feels, and comparing it to the beautiful language that she's using. I think it's really lovely. So let's sing through that. Okay, here we go. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough. We know the last word is for me. So that's interesting. So again, she's just describing how huge this is. It'll never be enough, never be enough. What do you think about that? I feel like you will read anything that you want into songs, and you can naturally think about a time for you where you felt like this, or that you're describing something that you're going through. For me, it's sort of like she's saying, She's describing this feeling, it'll never be enough, never be enough. She'll never stop. She's just on this path, and this is what she's here to do. And it's all lining up. And it's, even though it's this big, it's like nothing's going to stop her. That's what I'm reading into it. You might read it like, it'll never be enough, never be enough. Even though she says, for me, it might be, it'll never be enough for our love, you know? And this is the thing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it actually means. It's what it means to you and how you express it through the song. So I want you to do this last bit and express it how you feel it. Towers of gold. Okay, and that's it. Good, well done. That was really fun. I hope you have enjoyed that as much as I have, and I hope that song touches you as well. I think it's really beautiful, and just even singing in dynamics, singing with dynamics, and singing, expressing the lyrics. This is such a joy. This is what singing is all about. It's where we get to be artists rather than just, looking at the mechanics. We get to create these beautiful moments. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you in my next class. Bye bye.